very segment is proudly sponsored by Cafe One. So head straight to their location and have a good time, an office space where you can enjoy yourself. I'm JC Talks, your panel king. So let's head straight into the conversation. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, once again. So I'll go straight to this very question, starting from Engineer Ndubuisi Chidomere, the CEO Pamtech. You're welcome, sir. All right, this question says you have successfully built Pamtech to be one of auto education platform, if not number one in the Southeast, and may I say Nigeria, and very soon Africa and the world at large. All right, now could you share some practical strategies, tips, and tools that one can leverage via social media to effectively increase visibility? What were those tools that you actually explored to be able to do that for Pamtech?
All right, thank you, JC. Smfest! Smfest! All right, I would like to share a brief story about Pamtech, especially the autoland. It's among our portfolios, among other businesses we are doing, but I want to give a brief history of how we started Pamtech Autoland. Right? In 2019, we all witnessed what former Governor Rochas Okrocha did. He demolished the biggest cluster of auto mechanics in Imo State, one at Oji and the other one at Nekede Mechanic Village. And that was a big problem for us in Imo State. Many of us had issues repairing our cars because most of the mechanics now ran away because their cluster has been demolished. So it was difficult to find a place you could fix your car. Most of my friends, they would drive from here to Port Harcourt or Asaba to fix their high-end cars. We all know what happens to your car when you go to a roadside that is not trusted. When you visit roadside mechanics, a lot of things can happen to your car. So it was a very big challenge for most of us. I had some high-end cars. I would travel from here to Port Harcourt just to fix it. But then I am a mechanic. So why can't I solve this problem? So strategy or game changer number one was to get those things that are frustrating you or frustrating your friends. Let it be the problem you're going to solve. So there was a problem in Imo State. There wasn't any automobile workshop. I mean, modern automobile workshop in Imo State. So we started one. And while we started, we noticed that Solomento and Empire were also trying to solve the same problem, right? And they were way more bigger than us. In fact, times 2 of us. While, when my team came talking about it, I told them, yes, don't worry, we are David, they are Goliath, but we will have a different strategy we'll use to dominate because we are not going to compete. And that was another game changer for us. While they started before us, they leveraged only on corrective maintenance, of which that's what other businesses, other mechanics across Nigeria, that's what they are doing. But we said we are not going to do the same thing they are doing because we are different. We are Pamtech, they are Solomento and Empire. So instead of us doing the same corrective maintenance, we switched. So we are now doing preventive maintenance. And mind you, I am on a billionaire journey, and coming to look at it, having my garage that will service about 200 cars can never make me a billionaire. True of us. Yes, we service about 200 cars in a month. It cannot make me a billionaire. So there is that niche. There is a different thing that must be done on my journey. So we choose to leverage on social media to build preventive maintenance. Now, the goal is we don't want your car to be in our garage. We want your car to be on the road fulfilling its purposes while we are giving you preventive tips, maintenance tips, right? to make sure your car keeps staying on the road. And because we were trusted, what happens? People were coming to our garages to service their cars. We never went to radio, to campaign, or billboards. We leveraged on social media because we found it as a tool that we've used to build bridge that's connected us, right, across other people that need those services. That was how Autoland started. And now, 2019, it took us 1 year to make 1,000 followers, to get 1,000 followers. And it took us another 1 year to get 10,000 followers. That's the journey. And now, as at this time last year, we had 90,000 followers. And presently today, as I speak to you, we have 500,000 followers.
All right. A round of applause.
Adding over 410,000 followers within 1 year. And I want you to guess, by this time next year, using the principle of compounding, where do you see Pamtech? 2 million?
Please celebrate Pamtech.
And now, I know another strategy we used, Josh Too Funny and Saobidi said consistency. And I don't want to use that word, consistency. We did something different. Earlier this year, the team gathered that we're going to do something different. That we're going to create a content and we'll post one video, one car tip every day from first day of January till 31st day of December. And as we speak, today is 295 and we've never missed a day. That's consistency. And it's different from other contents we are posting on our social media platform. But for this, we've consistently created and posted car tip every single day.
Please celebrate Engineer Chidomere. If you're not clapping, then there's no consistency in your hand clap. Okay, so I just think consistency is on another level, it's top notch. All right, we get straight to Daniel Chinagozi. He happens to be the CEO of IG Hub. This question is quite interesting. The kind of challenges startups get to face. I've listed some of them. So could you share insights into specific tools, initiatives, or resources that you explored and employed with regards to IG Hub to be able to be successful, and how you were able to overcome these challenges?
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I want to say thank you to all the organizers of Smfest and to you, especially Excel, for always being part of what we're doing. Innovation Growth Hub, IG Hub, is a technology, creative, and business incubation hub. Usually, technology, like they told us when we started technology, is best done in Lagos. Okay, there are primary cities and there are secondary cities. Primary cities in Nigeria are usually just basically Lagos and Abuja. That's where all the tech giants are. That's where all the technology businesses are. And I wanted to do something a bit different. I wanted to use technology to grow small businesses because I'm an Aba boy. I was born in Aba. And Aba is predominantly...
Aba, make some noise!
Aba is predominantly small businesses. Our fathers are small business owners. And their businesses were dying. We saw our uncles become former billionaires. So I wanted to use technology to stop that. So I came back from Lagos. I moved from Lagos, came back to the East to help use technology to grow businesses. By the time I entered the space, I found out that this first thing in the curve of technology is you needed to build skills. So we didn't have the technology skills needed to support small businesses to grow their businesses. So we went into massive skills development. We started training people as software developers, digital marketers, data science, data analysts, embedded system engineers, and all whatnot, so that we can support the technology ecosystem, because we found out that technology is not done in isolation. Technology needed an ecosystem, developers, financiers, okay, event people, for example, incubators, okay. So what we started doing was that we ensured we provided an ecosystem for startups to succeed. We ran what we call IG Hub Biz Boost. IG Hub Biz Boost is a 12 weeks incubation program that early stage startups enter from here. By the time they get out here, they're already structured. What do they get during those periods? They get tech support. Let's say some of those startups founders are not core tech people. We use our tech team to provide them technology support. Okay, we provide marketing support for them. We provide legal support. We get sort of, for example, when you want to start a business or a startup, you are faced with the challenge of engaging lawyers, administrators, marketers, and all that. But if you are in our incubation program, we have one lawyer that serves all of them. You don't need to pay for an office. We have a co-work space. We have office space where you just need a desk space, your laptop, internet we have, power we have.
Sorry, let me draw your attention.
Okay.
So the question is
the tools.
Like for you, how you started off with regards to all of this challenge, because all the challenges now, you're talking about how a startup can come in, how you help the startup. I don't know if I'm making sense. How you help them.
So when we started,
when
we started beautifully in my sitting room. I got a table, I got 12 chairs, I had 2 developers, I had a designer, I had them in our office. And then what we were doing, we would go to Ahirara main market or markets and, places in Aba or Umuahia. And we ask them, give us websites to build for you. We'll help you manage your social media. We'll help you do this and do that. Okay, we were getting numbers. In our first year, with 12 people, we made an average of 85 million in revenue. In our second year, we were making noise. When I go for events in Lagos, I meet people that are doing Google Digital Skills. I tell them, please, you can't only be doing this only in Lagos and Abuja. I want you to come and do it in our city. They say, we don't have trainers there. I say, I am a trainer. Wow. I became the first Google Digital Skills trainer in the Southeast.
You're not clapping, celebrate it.
And from there, from being a Google Skills trainer, I became a Facebook developer, Facebook partner, where Facebook now outsourced to our company to train small businesses, because what we leverage on a lot was the big brother principle. Instead of us chasing customers, people to come and buy from us, we started looking out for who is interested in growing small businesses in our community. We found out that Google was interested in listing businesses on Google My Business. We became Google partners on listing businesses on Google My Business. We listed businesses for free, and Google paid us for those services. Facebook paid us, and then we went to train small businesses on how to use Facebook tools, Instagram and all that to grow their businesses. Okay, so I had when Obidi was talking about learning how to build Facebook ads. So that's one of the core things we're teaching businesses. And one of the things we work with Excel to teach anybody here how to use Facebook ads to grow your business. So we started small, we kept building skills for others, and then we kept building the ecosystem. We kept attracting partnerships because collaboration and partnership was a core thing for our growth. Okay. We also identified communities that supported startup growth. I joined AfriLab. AfriLab is an association of hubs across Africa. They are in 53 African countries with 470 member hubs. I joined AfriLab. I was learning from them. We formed ISN. We started association. We started collaborating. So collaboration, partnership, and then putting in, using resources. For example, I don't build anything any other person have built.
Wow.
If you have built something and I think is good, I reach out to you and say, let's do this. For example, I'm going to trouble him until he builds a makerspace and a fab lab in Owerri. Because
you're not clapping. I love this. He's innovative.
Yeah, because he's an engineer, it's easy for him to get lathe machines and fabricating equipment so that young people can come there and innovate and build. Immediately they innovate and build, he just needs to hand them over to me. I incubate them and make them big businesses. So I don't need to build it again. So that's what we leveraged on every opportunity for the people that are succeeding. If you have built technology, I can only ask you, can I help you expand it in Aba or in Owerri or in Southeast? And any of my friends in the tech space across Africa that want to expand to the Southeast, they want to talk to me because they've seen us grow from zero to where we are today. We started in Aba. Now we're in Umuahia, we are in Asaba, we are in Onitsha. And I want to announce to you.
Say it! Please tell him, say it!
That by January 2024, Innovation Growth Hub is coming to the city of Owerri.
Wow!
Yes.
You heard it first at Smfest 2023. All right, it's still a very important segment, the coffee chat, probably sponsored by Cafe One. So just go have a very cool coffee. All right. So head straight to Mrs. Caroline Wabara. Now this question is Miss, right? Oh, sorry. Miss Caroline Wabara says this one is maintaining online brand presence is key. And in maintaining it, it's not just coming out to have an online presence. What are the practical tools and strategies that one can be able to outline, employ, and explore in order to maintain online brand presence? So, having online presence is important, but then maintaining it is another level. So what are strategic, practicable, very important tools that one can explore and employ and be able to outline and make use of in order to, maintain this online brand presence?
All right. Okay, when I started my agency, WAB Digital, we started with web design, okay, offering web design to clients, just one-time offer. And then after building the website, they leave and go to, and we start all over again, chasing more clients to build websites for them. But at a point, I just saw that it wasn't sustainable. So I started listening to my audience, okay, listening to what the pain points they have. Okay, sometimes I noticed from asking them questions, I noticed they wanted other things. They wanted more than just websites. Sometimes they will ask questions like, okay, after building this website, what next? Can you teach, do you offer social media marketing? Do you run paid ads? Can you teach me how to do all of that? Okay, so I started noting down everything they said. Then I had to now do what we call value ladder. I built a value ladder whereby it doesn't just stop. Once I get a client, it doesn't just stop at web design alone. I have to graduate them to the next level. Okay, from web design, the next step is, okay, setting up their marketing automation, such as email marketing, okay, SEO. After web design, what next? SEO. After SEO, what next? Okay, paid ads, email marketing, and the like. So that's how I came up with different offers for my clients. Then I also started looking at the metrics using tools like Google Analytics, Google Search Console, because I started learning more about SEO and all that. So I started noticing the kind of keywords my audience used to find my website. I also started doing what we call competitive analysis. I started looking at other competitors. I use tools like semrush.com. You can use that for competitive analysis to see what your competitors are doing out there, what keywords they are ranking for, what kind of ads are they running. In fact, it's like a weapon that you can use to unveil what your competitors are doing out there. And then I started implementing all those in my business. All right. And I also implemented, then AI came in. In fact, before ChatGPT, okay, I came across other tools online like niches. I also noticed that my type of client, they are kind of impatient people. They don't have time to, they don't like wasting time in order to launch in the market. They want you to do things for them as fast as possible. How soon can we launch? So I had to adopt AI tools like niches to quickly build out their landing pages using no-code tools, all right, to build out their websites. Okay, I had to niche down to WordPress, no-code tools to quickly build out their funnel and then quickly launch in the market. So yeah, so that's what I did. I focused on marketing automation, automation, AI, and then I built my value ladder for my audience.
Please, a round of applause for Miss Caroline Wabara. Thank you very much. So if you have been following, you'll discover that Engineer Chidomere talked about finding a problem, right? He discovered that they needed a mechanic and they needed someone to provide a solution, which he found that very solution from Pamtech and did some other things differently. And then you talked about collaboration, talked about offering services. Tell me what you want, let me do it for you. And with time, you start coming around. And she talked about feedback. Let me know what you want more, and I'll actually go and develop myself to get better at it. Are we following? All right, so it takes us to this very one. So I'll start with Engineer Chidomere. Now, we understand that growing businesses can be very, very challenging. He has listed some of the challenges. And what advice would you give to entrepreneurs looking out to establish themselves in a particular niche, regardless of how the economy is, regardless of the pitfalls, government policies, the high cost of registering businesses? What is that advice you tell an entrepreneur watching, listening, and finding it difficult to stand up? So what's that very thing you tell the person?
All right. I would say start. Why would I say that? When we were about studying in Pamtech, the challenge was to start. Where do we start? And I know most of us here are facing that same problem. Probably we'll have many businesses here, and many of us are not leveraging the power of social media. I wouldn't want to tell you more about what how social media has influenced our businesses. But there are many of us here who've not listed our businesses on social media. And I want you today to start. I first started posting on our Facebook platforms, and before other team members started coming in, and today we're over 20. But then we didn't want to sell products. All we did was to create our own narrative. Most people, those platforms who want to go, they don't want to, you don't pick up your phone, say you want to look at adverts. No, you want to learn. You want entertainment. That's what these platforms are for. So one of the challenges I've witnessed was to crack that code on social media. And while practicing it, I learned that you can leverage on your social media to build bridge that will connect you to audience, millions of audience. That when you have them, my plan is to have at least over 10 million people believing in what we are doing. And if they're able to give us $10 on subscription or one particular product, I've become a billionaire. But I'm not going to do that by selling products to them. I want to create a narrative, something they will believe. We don't come advertising. Nobody wants to look at your advertising. They want to hear your stories. So for most businesses here, go back to your social media platforms, go tell your stories, change the narrative, get them to trust you, get them to know you, and you transform your business.
Please, a round of applause for Engineer Chidomere. So I'll head straight to Mr. Chinagozi. Now, thing that we discover is within 1 year of startups setting out with their businesses, they get to fail, right? And you started talking about incubation period. That was when you said dishing out. So how do you think this, your hub, can actually help them through with this incubation period so that after 1 year, they don't get to fail?
Okay, thank you very much. What I want to say in 1 minute is that there is a gestation period for every business. There's a teething problems for everything you want to do in life. Now, if you must build a startup, there's a difference between a small business and a startup. I always try to create that so that you understand that when you go to a corner market and buy things and sell in the shop, you started a small business. When you are expecting 1 or 2 people to buy from you, or you even if you can do a technology business, but it's a small business, okay, where you are waiting for people to come and maybe buy website services or call you to do graphic design for them. That's a small business. When is a startup is when it's high growth, fast growth, high revenue, driven by technology. Now, what we do is we bring you into an incubation program. Now, the essence of the incubation program is that you need to build a structure of that business. You need to have your MVP, that's the minimum viable product, and then launch that MVP and test the market so that while you are testing the market, you are iterating and we are checking you out, okay? Our incubation program is not training all through. You come into our incubation program, we have Monday meetings. Let's say we discuss business modeling.
Okay.
You are expected to use the week to build your business model. On Friday, you're expected to present it. You are working on your business within that period. Now, one thing is sure, that if you go through that program, you are receiving a lot of support, you are receiving mentorship, you are getting access to finance, you are getting guidance, and the very important thing we must insist, we don't accept any startup that is a lone ranger. We always want you to have a team, okay? Find someone to join you in this journey. For example, if you want to build a tech startup that is around edutech, find someone that has in-depth knowledge of education at least. If you want to build a fintech, find someone that has idea of finances, okay, or someone that can build technology. You need to have either a technology co-founder or a business co-founder or an industry expert as your partner. And then what incubation program does for you is hand-holding you, opening some doors for you. For example, you might want to do registration or get certain licenses. You don't have it. But I pick up my phone, I call a friend of mine because we've worked with them over a period. I say, one of our startups needs this help. And that's an open door for you. Or within our network, I'm able to send an email to some people and say, please, I'm looking for someone that can give me access to someone that has this code on robotics.
Okay, sir.
And the next 5 minutes, I get from my network, but you don't have access to it. That's what an incubation program does for you. It's like a big brother to you. It's like a protection for you.
Please, a round of applause. All right, thank you. We'll have to just attend to this one for the last time before we call it a wrap. And this is to Miss Caroline Wabara. In today's AI-driven age, staying competitive requires leveraging AI tools. Now, how can startups harness the power of AI tools to stay ahead of the competition? I think I've heard this question before on this stage. Who remembers? Yes, and I remember John Obidi attempting the question. He said something, but we want to get your own angle as an SEO content strategist and writer, and of course a digital marketer. So how can one leverage on AI tools to stay aloof the competition?
Okay, for AI tools that you can use, so I advise that AI tools can help you with, replacing the traditional live chats on your website. So when people come to your website and they have questions and then you're not online available at the time to answer their questions, you can use AI powered chatbots to answer their questions instantly. All right. The answers will be tailored to the questions they are asking at that point in time. Another one is brainstorming ideas. AI can help you with that. You can brainstorm ideas, do competitive analysis. You can come up with personalized content for your brand. So yeah, there are different tools you can use.
All right, please. Thank you very much. Celebrate her, ladies and gentlemen. You're not clapping. Do it better. Okay, I'll do 20 seconds, sir. 20 seconds. Engineer Ndubuisi, please.
I want to have this information for my fellow billionaires, potential billionaires, and entrepreneurs in the room. This is Smfest and it's game changer, right? I want us to go back to our social media platforms and don't sell a product. tell a story. That's what we've done. The audience you have will not buy your product until you buy your narrative. Make sure you're telling your stories right. When they trust you, they will do business with you. And that's the best way to.
Please, a round of applause. That is deep. Do not sell a product. Tell a story. They will only start buying from you when they accept your narrative. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing time doing the coffee chat with you on Smfest. My name is JC Talks, your panel king. Please, a round of applause as we allow our guests head back to their seat. Keep clapping, ladies and gentlemen.